Welcome back to another episode of Reality Corp. My name is Ace Fanning, and I am joined by the very bright-spirited. Now, she's saying she didn't get much sleep, but I would beg to differ. She looks chipper. She looks happy. She looks like she's got a glow. Maybe it's from a good dicking last night. Not entirely sure.
Maybe it's from an Adderall that I took.
Anna Quincoces, former Real Housewife of Miami. Anna, I have something I need to talk to you about really quickly. This is just on my mind, and it's like bugging the shit out of me.
Okay.
I have been going to the same gym since 2020. We are now in 2025, if anyone's forgotten. And there is a girl who works at the front desk, and she's worked there the entire time. And every single time I go in, she's always like, hi. Like, that's it. But then someone can come in behind me and she's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, for 5 years we've been creating a relationship, and she hates me, and I don't know.
I don't know that she hates you. I think that maybe she's intimidated by you.
Oh, I don't think it's that.
You've been going to the gym for 5 years. You're probably
she talks to the guys who are like this. Like, I feel like she's like, oh, you're not fuckable, so I don't want to talk to you.
And what does she look like?
Not fuckable. No.
Okay.
No. So it's
then
but
who
it's
cares?
because I just
care
want
about
people to
everything.
like me.
To
I
like
do.
me.
Yeah.
I know. You know what, Ace? Instead of suffering through that, I was going to say, let them.
Oh, let them. Yes.
I'll tell you one thing about let them.
Mm-hmm.
In a bubble,
Yes.
it seems like it's a good practice. But then I started delving a little deeper into that. And I remember the first time I saw Let Them. And by the way, everybody, don't come for me. I love Mel Robbins. I think she's great. I think she's very inspirational. But the first time I heard the Let Them theory was on Instagram from an old woman just talking about this. And so Mel Robbins ran with it.
Yeah.
And she said, when I discovered Let Them, which makes you think that she came up with it.
Right. No, it was someone else's theory first.
It was.
Yeah.
And she's expounded on it, and the fact that she pounced and now has the #1 best-selling book on the New York Times bestseller, and she's touring the country. More power to that bitch, because you know what? You see an opportunity, you take it.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder if the Let Them theory is really that authentic, that,
Here's the thing. I feel like...
Because I was just going to tell you, let them.
Right.
But my real advice is, like, why waste time on that? You know who you are. It's always going to bother you, and say, hey, I've been coming here for 5 years, and I feel you kind of are not as warm with me as you are with the bigger guys, I'm, like, starting to think I should get on steroids. Like, make it a joke, but ask her.
Here's the thing. I tried one time joking with her, and it didn't even crack a smile. So I don't know. And it was very light joking. Like, it wasn't even anything intense. And so I don't think I can do that. Now, here's what I want to say about the let them theory is that I can come up with a fucking theory. I can come up
with a theory.
I can come up with some great life practices, but can I actually do them? No. It's like, I could be a personal trainer. I can sit there and I can tell people, like, you need to eat 600 calories a day. You need to exercise for 6 hours. Here's a workout. Do 1,000 crunches. But it's like, can I do it? No. It's
but she can do it.
So she says.
Can do it.
You think. Huh? But it's like, I bet you anything, Mel Robbins gets home and her kids are like, fuck, mom's home, and she's like, I am sick of everyone in this fucking house not cleaning anything up. Like, she just loses it.
Maybe. But she's beating Rogan.
That's true. Well,
that's crazy.
Well, okay, but I think it's Mel Robbins, Rogan, and then us.
Yeah.
I think we're third.
And I'm fine being behind Rogan. Not so fine being behind Mel Robbins, who made up a theory.
Don't you find it weird, too, that Mel Robbins and Tony Robbins are both inspirational speakers, but they're not related?
They're not related. And you know what? It all started with Tony Robbins. I remember listening to his cassette tapes on my way. Cassette tapes.
You're old.
And my Nissan or some little car that had a hatchback, And my law school was far away, like in Fort Lauderdale. So I remember listening to that at 5 o'clock in the morning. You will do more to avoid pain than to whatever. And I was like, yeah, and I would repeat it. And what the fuck? I am
Did you
afraid
feel
of posting
inspired
more.
by Tony Robbins?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Inspired, and I get inspired by a lot of people because I'm looking for inspiration.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You
I'm
are an
looking
inspiration, I would say.
But yeah, people think that, and I am so flattered. But I'll give you an example. Ken went away for 10 days, right?
Okay.
To Miami.
Okay.
And I thought, yes, right? Freedom.
Yep.
Time to do all the shit that I wanted to do and all this stuff.
Without the big dildo.
Right.
Right.
And then the first weekend was fine. I went to brunch with Christian Grey, 50
Smell.
Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
And then I started isolating myself, which I tend to do.
Yeah.
Then my daughter left to Ocean Reef, so she wasn't even here.
Okay.
And so now I know nobody here.
Yeah.
And I just curled into a cocoon. And boy, I had a really tough few days there.
Really?
Tough few
Why?
days.
Why? Like,
Yeah.
isn't it so nice to be away from people?
Yes, but it's too many days.
Oh.
And there was just a moment where I tried everything. Go outside, get sun, red light, go do this, go do that. Nothing.
Did
I
you-
just at some point needed to
Did you flick
cry.
the bean?
I even at one point,
Okay.
and I couldn't even, it just, yeah.
It was
I
falling
didn't
flat.
want to.
The bean wouldn't
Yeah.
inflate. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's tough. Now, if you get to the point where that's not going to work, like, because for me, if you left me alone for 10 days by myself, just know, like, the house is going to be covered in cum. Like, that's all I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
So it's just, like, that's just what's going to be happening. But for
was
you,
just down. I was so down. I don't know why. It was terrible, terrible. I mean, it was so bad.
did you go to places where really unfortunate looking people go and feel better about yourself? Because sometimes that helps too.
You know what I started doing? This is really sad.
Okay.
I started looking at like how to make friends in Charlotte. Like Facebook groups, like maybe like a book club or pickleball.
Is Charlotte
that I
just
play-
not working for you? Is that the problem?
No,
Because
I
Christian
love it
also
here.
feels like he doesn't like Charlotte.
Well, but listen, Christian is really an LA queen. That's where he belongs. He
Okay.
likes a lot of whatever. For me, it's not that. I am suffering from the loneliness that old people have and that makes them die earlier.
Well, it's probably,
That's
I mean,
what's
at your
happening.
age, I'm sure it's like every other week a new person's died off. You've got so many funerals lined up.
Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, but like my daughter wasn't here, the baby wasn't here. Like that gives me a lot. And another thing, I should have gone with them for a day or two to the key. It was just an easy thing to do, but I don't want to impose. I don't know. I have to.
Well, and they probably didn't want you to impose either.
No, she wanted me to go. She
I'm
goes,
just
why didn't
kidding.
you should have come for a few days. No, it's the good daughter,
Oh, okay.
the one that wants me around.
Okay, so
You know?
here's the thing. Maybe I think that you need to join a gym. Do you go to a gym?
No, because I have a Peloton here, but I am going to join the Pilates classes because
Yes.
I feel that I can make friends there at
Yes,
Pilates.
for sure.
know?
Pilates is
For
like,
sure.
everyone's there just to make friends, I feel like.
I think so too. And so
You
that's
just
what
have
I'm
to
gonna
make
try
sure,
do.
though, you go at the right time. Think about when the people that you'd want to associate with are going. You don't want to go when the too young of girls are there. You don't want to go when the old ladies are there.
Oh yeah, I have
You
to
know?
go when. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try
Okay.
that and report back next week. But honestly, I struggled this weekend. I really did.
I'm so sorry.
And then all I did the entire time is watch every true crime documentary on the planet.
See,
And
you're
then when I ran out
explaining
of
my
that-
perfect time. Like, I would not be upset with this weekend at all.
I know. I
The
thought it
only
was
thing
gonna
that would
be-
make it even better was like if I ate takeout the entire time.
right.
It's like
I
watch a
didn't-
crime documentary, jerk off, order Chinese food, watch a crime
Right,
documentary,
right.
jerk off. Like it's
I wasn't really that hungry until the last day that I called Ken and I was sobbing. And he's like, what's wrong? Whatever. He goes, take a gummy, like a pot gummy.
Yeah.
And then I found these that Beva's husband had given me that said happiness. And I said, happiness in a bottle?
Hell
Perfect.
yeah.
So I popped 2.
Oh.
And I considered, and then I basically tilted the entire refrigerator into my mouth.
Nice.
Like pints of Haagen-Dazs, my best friends Ben and Jerry. I mean, the size of my ass right now, it's not even funny. No, really. So now I have to wait. I have to have just like juice or like water or go in some kind of fast so that I can go and make friends with the right people at Pilates, because I don't want the people that think like, oh, she's Fatty McFatty from Miami.
Okay. I think they're just going to think, oh, she got a BBL from Dr. Miami. You know, that's what they're going to say.
Maybe.
You know? I saw a guy the other day who I'm pretty sure had a BBL. It's the first time I've seen a BBL on a man, but
What do you mean? Jeff Lewis has a BBL.
No, he just has like shots. This was like a full BBL. This was
like a surgery.
Yeah, the full surgery. The whole
but he's
thing.
going back to get like, you know, it has to come back. Like he goes back to put in more either hyaluronic acid or whatever.
I know, but like
that's
the actual BBL, like you can die from doing.
Oh yeah. Because they take fat from other places and inject it
And how crazy is it too that when you get a BBL, like you have to, like they have to drive you away on your stomach.
Yeah, you can't sit on your butt because then it gets flat again.
Yeah, I'm not down for that.
You don't see BBLs here.
No.
And that's that's one of the things I like about this place.
You don't like a
everywhere
BBL?
you went. No, because the BBL says something about the person who had it. You know, you have a BBL, that's all I have to know about you.
You know, I saw a guy the other day on Instagram who does penis enlargements, but then I started looking through his work because I was like, well, maybe I could use that. And the problem is there's no, like, it's a bunch of small dicks, and then he just makes them rounder. They're not extending. And so it's just like, it looks like the penis has just ate a bunch of salty food and like puffed up. Like it's
right, puffed up. He's probably injected with the same shit they put on Jeff's ass.
Yeah, and so I was just like, okay, well, that's not what I was thinking. You know, I was thinking if
Maybe he's ribbing it for your pleasure.
I'm sure that it does help, but it's like, but when you pull that out, it's kind of like, whoa, you know, like it's kind of chody, you know?
Frank and cock.
Yeah, chody areas. You know, I don't want that. I want something like, I want to be able to like have a dick and just like slap it on a table, you know?
Yeah.
That would be cool, but I'm not really there. Mine just kind of
sure.
like barely grazes the table, you know, so that's unfortunate. So anyways, I don't know. So you need to go to the gym and make friends. I need to go to the gym and make this one woman like me, but it's been 5 years and she hasn't.
You want me to call her?
I honestly, yeah.
Because
here's the thing. I think if you walked into the gym, she'd be so nice to you.
Yeah,
she'd be
right?
like, oh, hey, how are you? You're so pretty and fit and sexy.
Yeah, well, she's not going to say fit right now, but let me tell you, I'm going to call her because you know what, Ace?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't she be nice to you? Would
right?
it kill her?
It's
Would
just
it kill
bitch.
her?
She's
No.
a bitch.
No.
Okay,
she's a
Anna,
fucking bitch.
we need to talk about something really fucking important. And
Breaking
I
news?
texted you last night, and
Yes.
you were like, it's nothing. And I was like, okay.
I still think it's nothing.
Can I read the text that you said? Because I read it to my wife, and I was
There's no
full
secrets
on.
between you, me, and Caitlin.
No, not at all.
And all our listeners.
I was cracking up when I read this. You said about, this is about Tamra Judge saying that she's done with reality TV. And you said it's a hissy fit. And then she's going to say that she's all distraught because Teddi is dying or whatever, which very callous of you, but okay. But then the best part is that coupled with her autism caused her to post that she didn't mean it.
No, but really, seriously, let's workshop this for a minute, okay?
Yes.
She said, what is it? She said that
Real life is when real life happens or something.
Happens.
This reality shit isn't whatever.
Peace out.
I have it right here.
like that.
It was a long run. When life gives you real problems, this reality shit doesn't make sense. Peace
Exactly.
out. I'm out. And I
Right.
just instantly think back to that trip on Real Housewives of Orange County when she's running away and she's like, "You'll never see me again." Like
Right.
that's
But
instantly what I
then
thought of.
Taste of Reality posted, is Tamra quitting? And she responded with a yes and exclamation points. So she like doubled down.
What? So they're currently, I think people said they're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what the hell happened there. Because here's the thing. I don't feel like it's Teddi, but if it is Teddi, she's turning Teddi's cancer into her, about her.
Oh, of course, because she's a narcissist. She's
Yeah.
making it about her. And you know what? And I really didn't mean to be callous about Teddi because, man, she's being so brave about the whole
The
thing.
Teddi thing, if I think about it, too, I mean, I know I've said a lot of shit about Teddi Mellencamp, but
Oh, me too, but I feel terrible.
I feel terrible for all of it, you know? And one day when I try to get into heaven, God's going to pull up my screenshots and be like, really, this is what you said? This
You
is
said
the kind
about
of stuff.
Teddi Mellencamp, who started,
Right.
you know, but think about it. She started, this is why skin cancer screening is so important. It started there, it moved to her brain, and now it's in her lungs.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. And
This
the
is
thing
becoming a heavy episode. I'i'd like to get back to
No,
shitting
I
on
know,
Tamra's
I know,
autism.
But what I'm saying about Tamra, and I know this sounds terrible, but Tamra thinks about Tamra. And
Yeah.
so she's worried about how this is going to affect her. I'm not saying she doesn't care.
Right.
I think it's possible she doesn't care, by the way. I'm not excluding that possibility. But she cares more about her podcast.
Well, I was going to say, I think that it's like, oh my God, I'm so upset because Teddi is really facing this hard time. And how's that going to affect two T's in a pod?
Right, exactly. Who's going to replace her? That kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So, listen, let's see what happens. I pray that Teddi gets better, but this is absolutely a hissy fit. She wants Andy's attention. Andy's been through this before. I know what he's going to do. He's going to give her a little bit of time, and then he's not going to call her, and then she's going to call him, and he's going to go, but you said you quit.
I need to know what the hell happened. I'm already tuning in for next season. I'm ready.
All the attention wasn't on her for a given moment.
She
Everybody
didn't like that
was
Gretchen
around.
was there.
Right. She didn't like that Gretchen was there, that everybody's made friends with Gretchen. She just didn't like it.
Can I tell you
So-
something? And this is coming from my heart, and I'm just trying to help you out. But please don't ever wear a headband like Gretchen was seen wearing, where it's
Oh,
like
God. Isn't that awful?
it looks. So
You know who
bad.
wears those?
Who?
Marisol Patton.
Oh,
All
fuck
the time.
Marisol.
And she was even on HSN trying to sell that shit. Not that she made him with some girl that she told her, hey, let's, whatever. And she wore them, and ridiculous.
Marisol. I'm also going to hell for that too. But do you know, I need to ask you this because I'll go back to Tamra in a second, but this is just where my head is at right now. So come along with me on this ADHD journey. But do you know, is the Miami cast getting new photos and intros this year? Because that's like,
I have no idea.
Can
but
you
they
find
need it.
out? Can you find out?
From whom?
From, I don't know, people. Just
I
ask
mean,
somebody
I
and
can
say,
ask
are you getting
Adriana.
new photos? Because I need that. Every time when they come out with the new cast photo, that for me is like my Super Bowl. I get
Yeah.
excited just for that part.
Yeah. I'm going to ask. I think I can call Adriana and she would tell me.
Okay.
But I think they probably did it. Because, those producers, they listen to us. They
Now,
do listen to us, by the way.
I don't know exactly what is happening currently, but I think that we have a we have like a live audience on this podcast, and I don't know how. I'm guessing something got messed up, but Bob just wrote in the chat, "Flash your tits." Now, Bob, I don't know who you are or how you got here.
Who is Bob?
I don't know, but he said flash your tits, so I guess
Okay,
I'll
Bob.
just
You do.
There
How
you
did
go,
that
Bob.
happen?
It says
Can we do that?
It says it's the Riverside audience. I have no idea.
It's probably somebody from Hurrdat.
No, I honestly
I feel objectified.
he wasn't
and
talking to
technically-
you.
Technically, do you feel objectified? Technically, they're our employer.
I
There's a
would
lawsuit there.
love to be objectified,
Yeah,
I
you want
would-
to be objectified.
I would love for someone to catcall me, you know? I would
haven't
love.
seen that message.
It's on the side. So go see at the bottom where it says
Oh,
chat.
but there's 3 messages.
Yeah, Lisa said good morning, Kelly said hey, and then Bob said flash your tits. And so I thought originally when Lisa and Kelly wrote, I was like, oh, those are just like demo ones. But then Bob coming in saying flash your tits, I don't think that is. I think Bob wants to see our tits.
Yeah. Bob,
Wow.
if you're listening or watching,
Yeah.
whose tits did you mean?
He meant mine. I think he already
Yeah, I'm
left though.
pretty
He
sure
wrote
he
that
did.
3 minutes ago. I'm sure he already
Oh, okay,
came and
well.
left, you know.
Whatever.
Already shot his
Listen.
load. Yes.
Can we talk? Do you still want to talk about Tamra?
I do, just because,
Okay.
like, what is she going to get? What do you think that she's going to get out of this if she doesn't end up quitting? Like, throwing this hissy fit, what does that do for her?
She wants to. First of all, I think she wants to prove how valuable she is to the franchise. Okay. And that Andy's going to say, no, you can't quit. And then she's going to say, you're right. She's just a friend of anyway, because somehow that's the biggest insult in the world to be a friend of.
Right.
And I think that's what she's hoping for. But I think she's on Andy's last nerve. I think all housewives are on Andy's last nerve because he's been doing this a long time. The man
couldn't
has the patience
imagine.
of Job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Job?
Yeah.
Who's Job?
Have you ever read the Bible?
No.
Okay, well, there's this story. I don't even know, but Job is like somebody that bad shit kept happening to, and bad shit, and he kept coming back, and he
Was he
very
the one who
patient
was
to
in the lion's den and had to fight off the lion or the dragon or something like that? You know what I'm talking about? No, no. There was a guy who went into an arena and he had to fight them off, and I don't know.
Think that's in the Bible.
I
don't
think
that's
it
in the
is.
Bible.
I think it is.
Really?
I think it was Job.
No. Please, guys, if any of you know anything about anything,
Yeah.
religion-wise,
I know that
please,
Jesus
please.
Jesus had a carpet business. You know, that's what I know.
He was a Jewish carpenter.
I know, but it's just for a long time I thought that meant he was laying carpets. I thought that, but then I think back and I'm like, I don't even know if they had carpet back then. You know, was it just dirt?
Which he turned into carpet.
Wow, he turned
Just
water
like
to
water
wine,
into
dirt into
wine,
carpet.
And
Wow.
remember one fish into many fishes.
Yes, a sea of fish. Did he
Right.
also part the Red Sea? Was that Jesus as well, or was that Job?
And walked on water.
Yes. God. What a.
Yeah.
You know what? Jesus really was pretty cool. It's like how
He was cool.
I wish I
He
could
was
do all
cool.
that. I always worry that one day Jesus is going to come back and we're going to put him in a mental institution because no one's going to believe him when he says like I'm
He's
Jesus.
not gonna,
Think about how many homeless people you run into and they say that they are Jesus, and it's like,
And some of them really look like Jesus.
yeah, and then we're just
And
like,
how do we know that, we're passing them without giving them at least $1? Imagine if you stopped and gave them $1 and then they'd forget everything in heaven about Teddi Mellencamp. You just have a pass.
you know what? I'm going to start
giving $1 to every homeless man that could potentially be Jesus.
I don't usually have cash on me.
Look for the stigmata thing and crown of this. We're going straight to hell.
Okay. Well,
You didn't
I'm
go to-
not because
you
I'm
didn't
going
go
to
to
drop off
Catholic
dollars. I'm going to drop off dollars.
Would you go to a mega church?
Well, I kind of went to a mega church.
When? I want to go.
No, like the church that is near my house is like a mega church.
Yeah, there's one here too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I went there for kind of a long time. And yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It
But
I
it
actually
wasn't
really.
Mormon.
What?
It wasn't Mormon, right?
No, I'm not Mormon. But
You're Mormon
I actually,
adjacent?
everyone thinks I'm Mormon because I don't drink and I don't smoke and stuff. But I'm like,
And
guys,
you became famous because of Sister Wives.
I love pornography. I love masturbation. I love,
So then you're a typical Mormon.
I guess, So, anyways, Tamra's apparently leaving Real Housewives of Orange County, and I'm
She's not.
very upset about it.
I'm not upset about it, but and most of the comments, by the way, are okay. Good. Don't come back this time.
Can you think of anything worse than you throwing a fit, hoping people are going to run after you? Because I've done that many times in my life.
And nobody runs after you.
Yeah. And they're like, actually, I'm glad you left. It's like, whoa. You're supposed to be coming on here and begging me to come back.
Right.
The amount of times that I ran away as a small child and nobody ever came looking for me, it was like, fuck you. My family never gave a shit. They were glad it was quiet. And I would always try to give my family the silent treatment. And it was just painful for me.
Because you needed to talk.
Yes. Yeah.
Beba tried to run away when she was 5.
Mm-hmm.
And she took with her the back of a brush. It was a broken brush, the back of a brush, some nail polish. And then the back of the brush, I asked her later, it's like a weapon, like for protection. And then she hid behind the tire of an SUV that we had in the front of the house. It was dark. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Kathy was inside sobbing, crying, my sister, whatever. And we were like, let them, as Mel Robbins says. Do it and see what happens. And then she had to come back with her tail between her legs.
Oh, see, I never would have ran away at night. I needed the daylight.
I know.
I'm way too scared for that.
It's ridiculous.
But I honestly, I didn't run away with stuff like I was going to be homeless because I knew I couldn't do that. More so, I was hoping that they would, put out like Amber Alert. I would hope that there would be helicopters. But it's like my family would be like, we're not gonna bug the system with that. Like, if we find him, great. If not, it is what it is. And that's on being the sixth child. Yes.
Your sixth child. Wow. You guys are Mormons.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think about Traitors?
Traitors. So have you seen that a couple of people are upset with Dylan Efron and the way that he reacted to Brittany?
Why?
He kind of came across, and I'm not saying this because if Dylan Efron is listening, which I know he's not, but just know that you're super hot and sexy and like you could never do anything wrong. So that's fine.
Yeah, I thought he was so likable.
I know, but they were saying at the end he was almost acting arrogant about the way that he was like, oh, you think you can question me? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, I think, first of all, I've never really fully watched before, so I didn't know 4 people could win. That's not a lot of money, by the way, to split.
No.
But I do think that I'm glad. I wanted Dolores to be among the winners.
Yes.
But, at the reunion, Andy said to her, you were wrong about every person
8 out of 10.
at the round table. But I believe that Dolores won by reputation and by the fact that she's respected. Mm-hmm. Everybody thinks of her as a very kind of righteous person, somebody that doesn't mince words, doesn't suffer fools. And so I just think they didn't really want to fuck with her.
Yeah. You know who I don't know why we keep taking Dorinda off television, because during that reunion when she was so offended the fact that you don't know who I am, okay I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Like,
right.
I'm like,
she
Dorinda
didn't know who he goes, look, I don't watch Housewives. You don't watch RuPaul's Drag Queen. I don't know you. You don't know me. Now I know who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
She was so nasty. I love it. I love that woman so much. And then the other one
saying that she's the funniest person on the whole thing.
Yeah.
She wasn't that funny.
No. I honestly feel like Dorinda's best moments are when she's hammered and she is just spewing hatred. That's when I like her the best. That's when I'm like, oh, that's my girl. That's my girl. Now, I do want to say something. I need to come out and say this. Brittany from Big Brother on Traitors. Mm-hmm. She, I think, has become one of my favorite people on reality TV right now.
Really? Why?
Really. I think we should try and get her on the show.
Because when she had to give it to Danielle, she did.
I think that I find her to be so interesting. I find her to be funny, which there wasn't a lot of people funny on the show.
No, she was funny.
I found her to be like, I love the fact that she had to fuck Danielle over. She fucked Danielle over in Big Brother. And then she came here and she was like, girl, I got your back. And then she's like, actually, I got to fuck you over here.
Yeah, but Danielle would have fucked her over too.
Oh,
you know what I
for
mean?
sure. Yeah.
Listen, the thing that bothers me the most at the round table is when people say, I am a faithful. I could never be a traitor. It's just not in my DNA. If they tap your fucking shoulder, you have to be a traitor. You don't make that decision.
Right.
I could never be a traitor. What are you talking about? If Ellen Cummings comes by and goes like this, you're a traitor. Whether your internal integrity, whatever bullshit you're saying doesn't allow you to, you still got to do it.
I think that you and I, we go on. We're both traitors. Okay. Do you think that we would throw each other under the bus?
No.
Okay. We would stick it out till the end. Okay.
I could be a traitor, but I couldn't throw somebody under the bus if we, first of all, if there was a relationship, but more, like if we made a deal's a deal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I will say, I think that I'd probably throw you under the bus at some point.
Yeah, well,
I just, I don't play nicely. I'm very competitive.
It is a game, though. It is a game, and we have to keep that in mind. It's a game, and you're there to win. So I wouldn't blame you if you did, but I have like a super soft spot for you because I think you're like my son. So I would let you win like I would let my daughters win, you know?
Thank you.
But like anybody else, fuck that. They're out.
Good. I appreciate that. There's nothing I love more than special treatment. I feel like that is, what is it called when you only hire family members?
Nepotism.
That's my nepotism right there. You're letting me win, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys. This week we have a very, very special guest coming on, and let me tell you, it's going to be good. I hope. Sometimes it's like stressful.
It's going to be good. I mean, you know a lot about her, and I think I don't see her being. I did something with her in LA once. It was like a thing where we both spoke at the same event, and they told me at the time LeeAnne Locken is going to be there, and I never watched Dallas, so I thought it was LeeAnne Rhymes.
Okay, Brandy Glanville would have been there then. Oh my goodness, not LeeAnne Rhymes.
That's who I thought it was.
Oh,
and I
my
was like,
goodness.
oh my God, kind of starstruck. But she's super nice. And then now
bought a
one-way
ticket on a westbound train. See how far I could go. That's
you like
LeeAnne.
Country music.
Oh, I love country music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite country singer?
You know who I love? There's not a single song by Joe D. Messina that you ain't gonna want to boot scoot to.
Oh, you like old school.
Oh yeah.
You like Randy Travis?
Oh yeah. I love
I'm gonna love you forever.
Ever and ever.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Man, we sound terrible. I'm glad that is. You know what country song I love more than anything? That's my girl, my whole world, but that ain't my truck. I love that song. So you did a speaking engagement with LeeAnne Rhymes.
Yeah, in LA.
And what did they ask you to come speak about?
I don't know. It was kind of like this. I don't know. It was like a women's thing.
Okay,
and
a
we
women's
were on
expo.
Stage. Yeah, that kind of thing with different brands and stuff.
Speaking of Tamra, she went and did a women's expo once. Remember that?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing women's expos, like Gertie. So many women expos.
Oh, that's very on brand with Gertie.
Yeah, and then Tiffany Moon also is doing a lot of expos. You know what? Tiffany Moon never did it for me. But no,
guys, going back to Dallas, we have Miss LeeAnne Locken this week, and I'm so excited because I was the person who was in the streets just saying, like, guys, bring Dallas back. Why can't Dallas come back? Why do we have to get rid of Dallas? Like, I was Dallas's #1 fan. And do you know that the Lizzie girl who was supposed to be on RHOC, who ended up leaving because of awful things that her husband was saying. She was actually supposed to be part of a new cast in Dallas. So they were going to take Dallas. I think they said they were going to keep Tiffany and Deandra and then find a bunch of other women. And Lizzie was one of them. And then it didn't pan out. And I think they had done some like test shooting. And I was ready. I loved Dallas. I loved Dallas so much. And then they scrapped it. And they were like, nope, sorry, we're not doing that anymore.
God, what's her name? Deandra
Simmons. I don't give a rip, Deandra.
I like her husband.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He gives me Blake Shelton vibes.
Oh.
And I really
Oh.
I'm over Edwin. Edwin was never really my type.
Yeah.
But I love Edwin now because he's so standing by her. Edwin.
Okay.
I feel bad.
I just find it wild that like Deandra Simmons' husband is who you're going after.
What do you mean? He's so hot.
I don't know about that.
Better than Stephanie Holman's husband.
Oh, I love Stephanie Holman. God,
I know you do.
That's my
I've tried
girl.
to get her. She ignores me, so.
Well, you know what? Maybe I need to reach out. Maybe she needs a bigger name.
Yeah, he needs to, exactly.
I have a picture with her. I could send it to her and be like, hey, girl, remember we took this picture?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm sure there's very few pictures of you.
Really quick, before we go, I do want to point... Oh, shit. Well, I was about to talk to you about something, and I've completely forgot what it was now.
What was it?
It was not... Oh, I know. I got an inside scoop. And I'm very excited about it.
Tell.
Okay, so somebody I know, which is somebody on the internet, was working backstage with, is it Morgan Wallen or Morgan Wade? Which one is
Wade?
Morgan Wade. Okay, that's very tricky. I don't know. She should have changed her name. You know, she should have gone by Mo Wallen. Wait, which one is she? Wallen or Wade?
Wade.
Okay, so she should have gone by Mo Wade or something because there's already a Morgan W. We can't have two in the music industry, in the country music industry. So someone was working backstage at her concert and said that she never shut up about Kyle Richards.
Really? But Kyle was there. They showed pictures of her like on the sidelines.
Oh, just
Glazed donut.
Oh yeah, that's with a little bit of that's
funny
fur on there.
that she does talk about her that much because I always felt that
Kyle was more into her.
Wanted her more.
Yeah,
like that she was, whatever, like the attention, but wasn't really that into it.
Oh, I don't know. I really hope that Kyle's gone down on her at least once.
Oh, I'm sure. She's teaching her. She's teaching. I'm told you she's staying on the top. She's staying on the top part.
Gotcha.
She's not going way in.
Oh, goodness. Guys, okay, so we are going to bring out our very beautiful special guest, and I hope that she is the same LeeAnne Locken that we got to know on TV, and I hope she says, he gets his dick sucked at the roundup, and I know the boys who did it. That's what I'm excited for. Hopefully, when I do that for her, she's not offended.
Right. You gotta explain to her. I did explain that this is kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, very like fun. We don't take ourselves seriously.
We do a lot of tongue-in-hole.
Yeah, like whatever, like relax.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see what she owns. You gotta make sure she takes the oath.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here at Reality Court. We'll be back with Miss LeeAnne Locken from Real Housewives of Dallas. Thank you all. Court is officially adjourned, even though we didn't do a single trial today. We was just busy chatting away.
Yeah, we were chatting away.
We were
judging everybody, though.
That's true. That's what we're always doing. So, all right, court is officially adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Love you guys.